Lupin, Part 2 Episode 1 Review. Wow, welcome back, Lupin. It seems Netflix are trialing a new model of releasing these seasons in chunks, and it's actually a really smart move from the streaming giants. This idea of releasing 5 episodes, and then another 5 later in the year, is something that should help more of the originals, released every week, from fading into obscurity. With La Casa de Papel following suit later this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Stranger Things and Umbrella Academy follow suit in terms of this episode. Though, Lupin storms back with an explosive and action-packed romp brimming with 10 set pieces and one almighty shocker at the end. Is Raul really dead? It seems like he is, but it could also be a ruse too. Either way, it's a shocking moment and one that sets Lupin up for a bitter revenge-fueled quest to follow. Lupin, Part 2 Episode 2 Review. The second episode of Lupin slows the pace down slightly, moving back into the well-worked heist that made the first part so endearing. The flashbacks here work well to complement the present-day timeline too, with Asane using his skills to outsmart Pellegrini, and his men. Claire's distrust in Asane almost costs them everything too, with the hitmen waiting for him in their apartment and ready to strike. Thankfully, Claire's utterance of "go" at the end of this episode manages to stifle the threat, but it still remains to be seen how long Asane can evade capture with Raul safe, and the fight against Pellegrini hitting fever pitch. The final 3 episodes look set to explode in the best way possible. Lupin, Part 2 Episode 3 Review. This chapter of Lupin essentially sees our characters playing the long game, as Asane wins over Juliet and manages to convince her to go after her father and bring him into custody. The customary aha moments are still here, disguised in the end through a really well-worked reveal that Asane staged all of this to make it seem like he really is still the same reckless and suave guy from all those years ago. However, the ending certainly shows that he does have some feelings for Juliet, and deciding to meet her down by the river is testament to that. At the same time though, Hubert Pellegrini being arrested is a surprise result, and hopefully now he'll be given justice for what he's done. Either way, the ending sets up a particularly dramatic and intriguing set of episodes to close out this season. Lupin, Part 2 Episode 4 Review. Lupin returns with another good episode, one that tightens the cat and mouse chase with the police closing in on Lupin. The way the pair managed to escape, while tying it back to the blonde lady story, is a nice touch, and one that finally sees Lupin ready to take the fight to Pellegrini and clear his name. Leonard's death is perhaps a little premature and a bit frustrating, especially given how instrumental he's been in this second part. A part of me wishes they'd allowed Lupin to exact that revenge himself for his part in kidnapping Raul. Despite that though, there's enough here to like nonetheless. Either way though, Lupin has been just as enthralling, if not better, than the first part, and everything looks prepped for an exciting and explosive finale to follow. Lupin, Part 2 Last Episode Review. The ending to Lupin feels quite conclusive, and in a way reminiscent of the way The Dark Knight concludes, with the authorities after a man that needs to be labeled a criminal. Of course, Asane stealing the necklace from the Louvre still makes him a lucrative target, and the ending hints that we could see more of the gentleman thief in upcoming seasons. However, these 5 chapters have been paced well, with the second half injecting much more urgency into the story compared to the opening 5 chapters, which helped to establish Asane Diop's character and his struggles. Seeing both Dumont and Pellegrini taken away at the end is certainly a satisfying moment, and overall this has been a really solid crime drama. It's also one of the bigger surprises to arrive this year. Overall, Lupin bows out with a satisfying conclusion to this chapter, weaving a consistent thread of good storytelling and strong character development for Asane into one compelling 10-episode series.